Whoa!
What's up, all my butterbeer bellies? I am hunting for nargles, and we have Jess over here. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm not looking for no werewolves, that's for sure.
No, what about not Snuffles? What was Lupin's like half it prongs?
Mooney.
Mooney. Oh yeah, he liked to show his ass a bunch, didn't he?
No! They did that because he turned into the werewolf at the full moon, Goofy.
Yeah, but when you moon someone, you give him the pressed hams. So I guess he was
Wow.
not kosher because he ate pig meat.
Hmm.
Well, there's something else that's actually a little bit more serious that we want to talk about today, and we're going to bring it up right now. Jess, if you want to take lead on this, or if you want me to read, we can. First of all, does anyone know who Bonnie Wright is just by seeing the name and not looking at the face?
Can you guess?
I mean, it's in the rest of the title, but if you were being honest with yourself, you'd be like, "Oh, Bonnie Wright, that's a Bonnie Lass, right?" No, it's the girl who played Ginny who will not age well because she's a ginger.
Harry Potter actor Bonnie Wright, who played the role of Ginny Weasley in the 8-film Warner Brothers franchise from ages 9 to 19, is ready to pass the sorting hat to a new cast for HBO's upcoming adaptation of J.K. Rowling's novels. But first, she has a few thoughts on the storyline she hopes the TV series includes that didn't make it into the original films, including key moments between Ginny and love interest Harry, originally played by Daniel Radcliffe.
Hmm.
So she is looking forward to the new cast, it seems.
Well, I mean, she doesn't really have a say in the matter.
Well, yeah, yeah.
She's too old to play the role.
Mm,
I mean, these are. When was the last one? I almost kind of want to say 2011 when
it
the last.
was. It
Yeah, when the
was.
last Deathly Hollows dropped. That
Mm,
was 13 years ago. There's absolutely no way she can play a middle schooler anymore.
no, no. And there was also people asking if what's his face, the guy who played Neville, if he wanted to reprise his role, and it's like, are you kidding me? He's way too old. And anyway, he didn't want to.
Well,
So it's
does
like,
doesn't
why even? What are you talking about?
Yeah, if you're going to, I mean, if you want to stick to the thing, doesn't Neville actually become a professor later on in Pottermore? Or,
Oh, I think
uh,
he does become the herbology teacher.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think he does. However, this is supposed to be basically a rewrite of the movie, so it's involving Ron, Harry, Hermione, Ginny, Luna, Neville, Draco, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's completely out of the question,
Yeah.
or at least it should be. If it's not, get yourselves together. Get your
Get
head checked.
together.
So go ahead with the next one, please.
Okay. So many things. More of the development of the relationship between Harry and Ginny. Oh, Ginny and Harry. Oh my God. Right told
No,
Friday.
yeah, we only let girls go first whenever we're opening the door for them. It should be Harry and Ginny.
That's how I think about it in my head, honestly. And then that's what they wanted to do. Anyway, Wright told Variety during Sunday's Back to Hogwarts event at New York's Grand Central Terminal, where she led fans in the symbolic countdown to September 1st, the date when Hogwarts students board the train to Wizarding School each year in the Harry Potter series. There's nuanced moments of where they begin to fall in love. I think more of that arc of her character becoming this real loyal psychic to Harry and how she really understands and knows his story and who he is and is the best partner for him. So I just hope we see the evolution of that character and so many characters. If only we could have had 5 hour movies. Wouldn't that be nice? I would sit and watch them. There are so many characters that have moments I love from the books, Neville and Luna. So I'm hoping as a fan of the books that I get to see more.
No, just let that sit and percolate. Let that coffee brew. I don't think at all she knows what the hell she's talking about.
A
J.K.
lot of
Rowling herself has even said, like, in retrospect, Harry and Hermione should have ended up together. Ginny was just kind of like shoehorned in.
yeah, I've heard that. I mean, a lot of people thought with the third book that they probably would, but
And look how the chemistry is on screen too. I mean,
mm,
obviously, the book versus film is different, but like some people have way more chemistry than others.
that is true. And poor Bonnie just was a she just was a plank. She's a piece
Well,
of
Harry
cardboard.
needed someone with a soul. You're not
Yeah.
gonna find that in the Weasleys.
Oh, poor Weasleys.
They were cursed from birth. Their names are not written in the book of life,
Oh,
but we'll pray
dang.
for them.
You will pray for those souls.
Yeah, that's staying in.
Oh,
I think the Neville and Luna thing was underexplored as well. But then again, in the epilogue, we know how things turned out in the end. So maybe it was best that it wasn't um, explored nearly as much.
yeah. Neville and Luna never ended up together.
Yeah. So that's kind of
Luna,
just like fan service from main characters, and there was a big crux of a lot of movies in the 2000s, and
yeah,
in cinema in general, where if you have a bunch of main characters of the opposite sex, they're all going to pair off in
yeah,
some way at some point.
yeah. Well, and well, J.K. Rowling said this in an interview, like after Deathly Hallows was published, that Luna ended up marrying like a grandson, great grandson or grandson, I think great grandson of Newt Scamander's. So she got into the Scamander family.
Mighty white of her.
Yeah, look at her.
All right.
Well, he loved his Fantastic Beasts, and he knew where to find them.
Yeah, right behind a zipper. So here's the actual part that we want to talk about. Um, while Wright has no specific advice to new cast members, she wants them to feel free to explore the roles in their own way. She does foresee a bit more pressure from the young actors that are taking on the roles that they already played. Now, for me, this is kind of a little bit of an orange flag. What do you think, Jess? And if you need explanation, I will tell you where I'm coming from with it. But what do you see from this?
I mean, in my mind, I see it as like, people, grew up with these three, well, and well, counting her four, being on the screen. So that's who they see when they think of the adaptations of the books. So I think in a way of, pressure, she thinks that, oh, they have to fill these shoes that were ours once. If you catch what I mean. And
I see where you're coming from. I thought something completely different the first time I read this article. And actually, upon multiple rereads of the article, I feel like it's kind of like giving them free reign. It's like, okay, we did it this certain way, but we also know that the movie and book adaptations are like vastly different.
yeah,
So if we wanted to explore the roles in their own ways, like you'll be this person in name, and then you put your own crap into it however you want to, as long as the outcome is the same. How you get there doesn't matter. I may be projecting a little bit just from what we've seen in Hollywood a lot, but it kind of seems like that. Like they're, it seems like she's kind of thinking fans will automatically have backlash for anybody who takes on these roles from the famous movie series.
yeah,
But she's telling them like, no, do your own thing with it. Like, why not do the book thing? I
yeah. I
think that
could,
would be
yeah.
great. I mean, they were best selling for a reason.
Oh, yeah. And she became what, a multi-millionaire. So shoot. I mean, but no, I understand where you're coming from with thinking, especially with Hollywood nowadays. Like they just, I mean, we're all worried what they're gonna do with the cast and everything for this show. And we all
Yeah.
know Cursed Child, which we do not even want to speak about because Cursed Child is awful.
Hmm.
So
It's
it
the
is.
one that survived the abortion.
Wow, that got dark.
Well, yeah, I guess. Now here is a portion of one of her comments where I'm going to give her a little bit of leeway. When we were making them, we didn't know where Harry Potter was going, and at the time there wasn't social media and there wasn't as much access to public opinion, so it's kind of a little bubble within itself. Now I got you on there because when they started filming the Harry Potter movies, the books were not even finished yet. They
No, I
did like the
think.
Game of Thrones route with the TV show and the books not being finished. The problem, not the problem, but the great thing is that J.K. actually finished the dadgum books.
Yeah, unlike freaking George R. R. Martin. Don't get me started on him anyway.
But she immediately goes back at the end of this sentence to what I thought was my orange flag. Because I think it's so important for them to be in their world and their interpretation of it. Whose
Hmm.
world? Why not? Why, if you're gonna keep doing this
Who's
crap, be in J.K. Rowling's world and her interpretation of it, not some new actors that are probably going to be no names. Not that that matters anyway. Just do a good job, do service to the freaking source material, please. Can we? Is that too much to ask? Apparently, is.
Well, and she says right in the next line, actor's perspective and director's perspective. So it's like,
Make it their
what
own.
about the author's perspective? You know, because they're kind of important in the whole thing. They're the reason this is all happening.
And I really hope that the interpretations feel different and alive and new and fresh. You know what being new and fresh is just doing what Jess wants to do, even though we argue about this a lot. How about now that you have time to make a TV show where you have way more hours, screen time hours that you can put into it, be a little bit more faithful to the book. We know that there are differences between film adaptations from the book adaptations. We know that, like, it is pretty much inherent that this has to be something that comes about. But when you have more time to flesh out all the little stories like Spew and everything Hermione did with the house elves, and actually paying attention to what Ginny and Harry's relationships were, all kinds of other stuff. There's tons of other stuff.
Yeah.
Stan Shunpike, all that other. There's
Yes.
so many things like, oh, did you know he became a Death Eater? It's not put in the books. He's just what you fell over for, and he's got like 2 lines. Anyway, we're saving this for a longer series, but at least for this one, I think the interpretations with this much screen time should really boil down to interpret the book more precisely. You finally have a chance to put it on screen.
Yeah. Come on now.
Go on, Jess. Go on your rant. I know you want to.
Well, okay, I want to talk about like at least one scene in particular that I've been thinking about after I read through this article and how they were, well, just like in general with their relationship, Harry and Ginny. And I just thought about the one in the Order of the Phoenix after they get back from St. Mungo's, and Harry's all worried that he has the snake still in him and it's gonna kill people, like, he saw it through him attacking Mr. Weasley. And then, on the train back, he thought that everybody was looking at him all scared when they're really more concerned, like, is he okay? And then Harry's like, and he goes up and hides up with Buckbeak at Grimmauld Place, like throughout, the whole Christmas break, basically. And it's not until like Hermione goes banging up, going, I know you're hiding up in there. Come talk to us, darn it. And he comes up and he's like, oh, fine. Ginny's there, and then she actually gives it to him because he's like, saying, but what if I become sick and then I black out? And she's like, oh, well, I can tell you how it feels to be possessed because, I was when I was 12, you idiot. And he's like, oh, shoot. Because he forgot that Voldemort possessed her for a whole year when she was
Chamber
only
of
like
Secrets.
12. Chamber of Secrets, yeah. So she's like, I can tell you how it feels to be possessed. And he was like, oh, shoot. So she got to tell him, like, yeah, you literally black out and you don't remember anything. And he's like, oh, well, I do remember things. She's like, well, then you've never been possessed by Voldemort, then you're good. And he's like, oh, so she actually helped him realize, oh, maybe I'm not being possessed and I'm being silly. I was like, yes, Harry. Yeah. It's just little things like that. It's like, it'd be nice to see those little moments. And even between, like, the main trio, they had so many good moments that obviously they had to cut out for time, but
But Jenny needs to get her due, and I don't think that's by new actors and new directors reinterpreting things from their own standards. It should be
yeah.
you're giving this much time. You're getting an actual TV show. She wanted 5 hours. She literally said herself that she wanted 5 hour movies in order to explore things more. Well, now you have that opportunity, and you want other people to reinterpret what was already an interpretation of the prose that was already written down. I think that's going the wrong way, and this is how things get diluted. And I'm not very excited about it.
No, I actually have very low expectations, and
Low
I'm quite worried.
expectations, that's how we survive.
Yay.
Jess, any last words? Because we're about to end this.
Uh, no, not really.
My last words are read the books, you pussies. This
Yeah,
is
there you
Walty
go.
and Jess from the GCA. Also, it's the Philosopher's Stone, not the Sorcerer's Stone. Booyah, bitches!
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe.
And so,
While Jess goes through second grade to learn how to read again.
oh my God, okay.
Nargles.
Yo, 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 gonna make a wicked cup of cocoa.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
We back at the club, bitches. I'm looking for Nargles. What y'all doing?
Uh, Crumple horn snort. I can't. No, I keep thinking Snorlax.
Snarlux.
At least you're not looking for Crumplehorn Snorkack with its
Quack.
exploding. Oh wait, no, that's a different animal. That's a different one that has the exploding horn. Just kidding.
Oopsie poopsie. The exploding horn is any straight male who looks at Hermione after she turns.
That's inappropriate.
All right, are you ready?
Okay.
I forgot my intro.
You're looking for Nargles.